Welcome back, focused learners. Today, we're unpacking a short but honestly completely monumental shift in EdTech. We are looking at a text titled Algorithmic Academic Assistant, Google AI in Schools. It's a super concise piece of source material, but wow, it signals a massive shift for the future of learning. Instead of just skimming the headline, we're going to break down exactly what this means and unpack the practical impact it's going to have on how students actually interact with information.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Have you ever actually stopped to think about the profound difference between simply looking something up and having an algorithm actively assist you? I mean, for decades, search engines were basically just highly efficient digital directories, right? You ask a question, match a few keywords, and boom, you get a list of links to sort through all by yourself. But the text we're analyzing today, it hints at a total paradigm shift. We're moving from a passive index to an active algorithmic assistant, and why this matters is absolutely crucial. We're looking at a future where the exact tool you use to find information literally helps you digest it.
Part 1. The concept, algorithmic academic assistant. Notice the very deliberate combination of the words algorithmic and academic here. We're essentially merging cold, automated mathematical logic with human-centered pedagogical growth. Think about it. The algorithm is binary, it's code-driven, while academics, that's nuanced, it's messy, it's focused on critical thinking. Bringing these two completely different concepts together signals a tool that is fundamentally different from your standard, everyday search query. It's not just about finding a quick fact anymore. It's about shaping exactly how that fact is understood and contextualized for a learner.
So, based on our source text, we can define this concept pretty clearly. An algorithmic academic assistant is an artificial intelligence functioning directly within search to assist with schoolwork. It's stepping completely out of the background. It's no longer just serving up a random list of websites, it's stepping forward into this really supportive, active role. The big takeaway here? AI is rapidly moving from being a back-end organizer of the internet to a front-end tutor for the user.
Part 2. The environment. Google AI in schools.
So the crucial point is we are looking at the arrival of Google's artificial intelligence directly into the educational sphere. The phrase, Google AI in schools, neutrally states a brand new reality. This major technological force is no longer just isolated in Silicon Valley tech hubs or research labs or big enterprise businesses. No, it is actively positioning itself within the literal and digital walls of our schools. And shifting from an enterprise context to a school context, that changes absolutely everything about how a tool is actually expected to perform.
Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is how cleanly we can map out the three foundational pillars from the text. First up, we've got the technology itself, Google AI. Second, we have the tool where it actually lives, Google Search. And third, we have the specific end user, school students. By breaking it down like this, you can clearly see the exact framework being built. It's this incredibly seamless integration of cutting-edge tech into a legacy tool, all aimed at a highly specific, very young demographic.
Part 3. The mechanism, AI in Google Search.
To truly grasp what's happening, we need to contrast the old paradigm with the new one. Traditional Google search was primarily all about finding information. You search a term, you find a source, you read it. Simple. But integrating AI directly into the search bar fundamentally changes that mechanism. It shifts the burden from merely finding information to actively synthesizing information. The AI reads, it interprets, and it assists right there at the point of inquiry. The cognitive load of parsing through 10 different websites, that's suddenly being shared directly with the algorithm.
Let's look at the core excerpt from our text, AI in Google Search for school students. I really want to emphasize the phrase, in Google Search. The AI isn't some separate, specialized application that a school district has to go out and download. It's not a separate website a student has to create a login for. It lives directly within the search function they already use every single day. When you consider that the vast majority of students already use search engines as their primary research tool, the barrier to entry here isn't just low, it's effectively zero.
Part 4. The school's student experience.
And this brilliantly illustrates the precise intent of the technology. The text specifically notes this is for school students, meaning this assistant isn't just a repurposed generic enterprise tool for office workers. It's explicitly tailored for the unique ways a student seeks out academic information, how they structure their learning, and how they look for help with complex topics. It heavily implies built-in guardrails and a user experience designed specifically for pedagogy, not just pure productivity.
Let's see how this builds into a beautifully simple, two-step workflow based entirely on our text. Step 1, a school student initiates a standard Google search, exactly like they always have. Step 2,
Instead of just returning those 10 blue links, Google AI activates and acts as an academic assistant right there on the results page. This incredibly familiar starting point leads to an entirely new, algorithmically assisted destination.
Which leaves us with this final, truly vital question to ponder. When the search engine itself evolves into an academic assistant, how will that fundamentally reshape the way students learn to search, process information, and ultimately think for themselves? I mean, if the algorithm is doing all the heavy lifting of synthesizing data, what completely new critical thinking skills will the student of tomorrow actually need to develop? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep analyzing, keep questioning, and I'll catch you next time.